Right, or the movie and TV front. Did you watch Power this weekend?
Yes.
And what was your thoughts on Power?
Uh, it was a dumb episode, and
Yes,
and nothing really happened. I don't like how Kanan is coming at his homeboy, famous, because what was famous supposed to do? Not let your mom in? You know your mom is a killer. You know your mom is in the streets. He can't say no
exactly.
to her. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah, that's the same thing that we had talked about. Like he always like punks him for some reason, and
Right.
you
And then
better
he
be
told, yep.
like he said, you better be scared of me. I like you said, that woman is a high level drug dealer, and between her and her brothers, they done shoot, stab, kill,
Hmm.
and all that stuff. And he just gonna talk to her any kind of way. Yeah, I bet you took her money. I'd be like, I sure did take it. She offered it.
And it's funny because it's famous apartment, but he talking about pack your shit and you better not be here.
Right.
But it's my apartment.
Exactly. Exactly. You can go home and do the same shit you doing here. And that's also stupid because Famous just got arrested for selling drugs in front of the apartment, but Kanan does the same thing.
All day long, Kanan out there, and nothing happened to him. That's the
Right.
writers doing that shit because the cops would have cleared that shit as soon as Famous and them got arrested. Nobody would have been out there again. But the next day, he was still out there. But he blamed Famous for doing the same thing you're doing.
Right. And then Phil, like you said about Unique, nobody, then there's a chance he might come out of that plastic bag that he in and be alive. You just never know. There ain't
Stupid
nobody
shit.
yet. If it's nobody, ladies and gentlemen, on TV shows, if it's nobody, then chances are they alive. They don't know where he
And
at, but everybody suspects that he's dead.
and it's stupid because you like you said, the Unique's wife or girlfriend, whatever, she told me, oh, ain't no way his brother would do that. But he's sitting here with all his chain and jewelry and stuff, pushing you around. Don't respect it. Anything is capable of this crazy dude doing. It's funny how they got him being a fucking boogeyman of the show, though.
Yeah, the Jason Kruger. Somebody called him Ronnie Kruger. On,
Ronnie Kruger.
yeah, and how about how this is now the Latino lady? I don't remember her name. She's a boss that serve other bosses. So she is a
Hmm.
super high level drug dealer, and this guy can just walk up and knock on her door.
Hmm.
Now, come on, Dale, please, and
Right.
walks in her house too.
Hmm.
And not to mention the jury, you talk about a jury, he also stole that money. Cause where he get that money from?
Yep. And it's funny because the same boy that you showed me the videos on, he talk about the episodes and stuff. He said the
Yeah.
same thing. This guy's like a damn Steve Urkel, but you want us to believe he was running the streets before he went to jail.
Hmm. And they had that drug dealer party where all the drug dealers was. So I guess first of all, that's another thing. This is stupid. Again, we said his mom is a high level drug dealer. So which means they will all know her. Now, would those drug dealers actually put drugs in his hand and they already know his mother and brothers and stuff?
Well, they didn't. What's the name did? The crazy boy. He don't give a shit.
But Bunk was like talking to him, was like he was going to do business with him. I don't know his name on the show. You know, he was Bunk on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Wire.
yeah.
Yeah. He act like he was, and he know his mom and everything. I don't think that they would put drugs in. Like, no, you better talk to your mom about that. I don't want to get involved in anything
Right.
like that.
And what is he like, 16, 17? Like, come on, they wouldn't have done that.
Right? Yeah, that was stupid. Like I say, it's Power. Kanan's Power. It's the better show, but it's still not written well. It's still not written well because there's too much dumb shit in the show.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like how my man the father, the girl was auditioning
Auditioning.
for, yeah, and he jumped up there, yeah, oh no, you need to make her lead and all that stuff. Come on now,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's gonna act like that.
Right. Well, they got his character all type of stupid because he's acting real crazy for her and doing her thing, and then he's all concerning about his crackhead friend.
Right.
Like you met this dude in rehab, and you keeping in touch with him, and he keep falling off the wagon, and you got to keep picking him up. Yeah, right.
Right. uh it's almost like they don't have nothing to write for him. They
Hmm.
need him on the show, but they don't have nothing, no subject matter for
It's
him
like,
right about now.
but he's more concerned about his buddy falling off the wagon than his own brother falling off the wagon.
Right.
Where's he at to
That's
support his brother?
right. That's the same thing about him too. It's almost like they don't really have nothing to write about. Now he's feeling regret, and he goes and tells. He didn't tell her, but he low key kind of did tell her about her son.
Mm-hmm.
I forget his name. That he
Yeah.
was responsible for it and all that stuff. Now he was doing good, and all of a sudden he done slipped and fell up on that wagon.
Mm-hmm. And they
You
always make it. They go overboard so fast with it. Then every time you see somebody, they got a whole bottle just banging it back every chance they get.
right. Then he was drunk. He drove over there. He gets out the car stumbling and bumbling. Then he goes and confesses to this woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think one of them is going to one of them is going to die at the end of the season. One of the brothers.
Yeah, it's probably Jukebox Dad because they making him already real soft. He wasn't like that before. Now he's getting real soft.
Right. Hmm. Anything else on Power?
Mm, nothing really.
Anything else on the TV front that you watch?
TV. I haven't really watched anything that I can think of.
Okay.
Oh, I watched. Did you watch the what's the name? The two shows I was telling you about with the girls.
Yeah, I'll
The
get
one.
into that. Do you want to talk about it now?
No, go ahead. I mean, whatever.
Go ahead. What was the anything else?
I can't think of nothing.
Well, yes, I watched The Curious Case of My Little Baby, Natalia Grace. Very cute kid when she was younger. I believe that the father's full of shit. I'm talking about the white father. The father's full of shit. The mom is obviously full of shit. And I also believe Natalia Grace is also full of shit too. Because it's a lot of things on there I question about what she was doing. Like now, they put the girl in an apartment. The girl's supposed to be 7. Okay. Now she's in an apartment. Now she's supposed to be a 7-year old in an apartment, right, by herself.
Mm.
And you don't. She didn't run and tell somebody that my parents left me in this apartment. That's number one. And number two, you in this apartment complex, and you seeing this little girl who obviously looks like a little child walking around in this apartment complex. You don't say like, wait a minute, where's her parents out here like this by herself? No one says anything. So I believe
Well,
she's full of shit on that part. I do believe they were lying to her, lying about her. I think they were lying about well, obviously they was lying about the school thing, how she was kicking kids with a chair or something like that. The teacher
rolling chick
confirmed.
kids with a wheelchair.
Yeah, the teacher confirmed that that's not true. And I believe that they were lying on her about the mental facility, about how she was on a table dancing for grown ass men on a table. Number one, this woman can barely walk. How the hell is she gonna be dancing? And what was they holding her up? She had got like
No,
2 club feet.
I think she was they was lying on her about the school, but I believe at the mental facility she was dancing on the table
How?
because at that time she was walking. She wasn't
Oh,
all messed up like she is now.
okay, so were they like holding her up? Because
They
she
got
always still had
no,
the
no, she did not. Because did you see the footage of her taking her trash out at the apartment?
well, the trash was
She
like
didn't have
holding
no
her up.
she ain't had that walker with her. Like when
But
she was
that
younger,
was
she
her
was more
walker.
mobile.
Her walker was the trash can.
No, it wasn't. She was taking
Yeah,
the trash out.
no, it wasn't, and it wasn't doing it so easily. She was taking the trash out slow like a turtle.
Don't believe that. Just like they were talking about how she couldn't get up those steps. Yeah, right. She can get up those steps.
No, I don't believe she could get up
I
those
agree.
steps.
I agree. I agree. All three of them is full of shit and they lying. She's lying about her past. She's lying about her age. And this is what like the fourth family that she's dealt
Yes,
with. In each family, she's assaulted like one of the kids.
yes.
And then
Well,
when she was at the apartments, she was running in the old men's houses and shit, taking care of them and throwing her stuff at them in the laundry room. So she definitely was like sexually active or like a fucking I don't know what's the word you want to call it, but she was definitely like out there like that.
well, the black family, the black man. First of all, she calls him her dad, and they almost look like the same age.
Well, he adopted her. If he adopted her, it is her dad.
I know. I'm just saying. that also could be bullshit too because they want a third season. Because this, I didn't know that this was a season show. I thought this was
Mm-hmm.
just a documentary thing. So my mom said she watched the first season and she described what was going on. So I said, well, that's the same thing that happened in this season. So the only thing that was new was to sit down with the white dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was talking about all the stuff going on, like you were saying, the trash can and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that was on this season. So now the cliffhanger is the black father wants to get rid of her. So that could be a setup for the damn third season. So
It
who
definitely is.
knows?
It's definitely a setup for the third season, but I don't think they had intentions of getting rid of her. But
Mm-hmm.
she's a little psycho, and then they tired of her.
Mm-hmm.
But they
Yeah.
scooped her up thinking it was sweet like that so they can get that money because she getting a check.
Yeah. Yeah, she getting a check. Yeah, she getting a nice little check there. And that's another thing about the second apartment with the walk up as you just mentioned. How she said that the electric was cut off. She got the
Mm-hmm.
electric cut off. Now, obviously she probably wasn't paying the bills. I'm thinking mama was handling everything. But my thing is the people that lived there, the landlord, no one's seen, everybody's seen this little kid or whatever, and nobody said anything. That's
Well, the
number
old
one.
lady said
Wait.
something because she. Go
Oh,
ahead.
that's number one. That's number one. And number two, number two is if she thought this was, she's a little kid now. If she thought this was so wrong, she ain't tell nobody. Damn, my parents just left me here. Well, where's your parents at? Oh, they just left me here. Nobody said she not didn't mention that to anybody. She can use the phone. So that's why I said she's full of shit. Now go ahead. What you saying about the old lady?
The old lady, see, there's a lot of people that don't have nothing to do with it, so they don't have no reason to lie. Like the same way with the teacher, she said, "Oh no, y'all not gonna throw me under the bus." She didn't run nobody over. We didn't say that. So
Right.
if the old lady say she saw her doing something inappropriate with the boy, she probably was pulling his pants down, the little kid when they was
Mm-hmm.
wrestling and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then she gonna turn around and, on camera and say, "I didn't know I wasn't allowed to be in people's house." She going in people's houses when they're not home like that.
Well, she's trying to throw that I was a little kid thing and doing
She
stuff for
always do that. Every
attention,
time she
being
get jammed up,
mischievous.
she say. Every time she get jammed up, she say that.
Yeah,
Well, I was a little
trying.
kid and I didn't know no better. You're right, girl.
Right. Now, what was the second TV show?
It's the girl. What's her name? The one with the mom, and the mom was giving her drug medications and telling her she got to get all these surgeries when she was fine.
Oh, this is the girl with the teeth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now she doesn't have any teeth in her mouth. Those are fake teeth
She
she
do
have now,
now.
right?
I guess they probably fake.
Oh,
Yeah,
now is this a documentary or a series?
it was a documentary. Yeah, I don't know. They like to make money off of shit now. So I guess it was a documentary, like a 4-part series or
Okay.
something.
Well, no, I didn't see that one. I checked that one out. I didn't know the difference between this girl, my little baby Natalia, and the girl with the teeth. I know she's like a celebrity now, and now I look at her and
Yeah.
she got all these silver teeth in the back of her mouth.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's cool
so
now though, but she's mental too. But when the dad said you was in my room with a knife, and she's talking about I can't even hold a knife. She's full of shit. She can hold a knife, and he
yeah.
didn't say you was over top of my bed. He said you was right in the doorway. You know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
believe that.
Well, here's the kicker with the white dad. Is he a cokehead? Because my man
Oh,
just seemed
I
like
said
he
the
shot
same
out
thing. I
something
said
out
the
of
same
cannon.
thing. Yup. But you can tell when he's full of shit and doing all the hand gestures and the faces. But when he talk
Right,
when he's telling the truth, he's calm and he's relaxed. You
right.
know what I mean?
He
So if he say she had that knife, she had that knife.
the mom was the ringleader, and he was just there, just chilling, just trying to get that check, that money that girl was getting. Cause I know it was a lot.
Hmm.
I know it was a lot, and he tried to act like he don't have nothing to do with it. Yeah, you all in cahoots. You full of shit. You in a full of shit bucket also.
Hmm.
Yeah, the curious case of Natalia Grace. Yeah.
That was a good one though.
Mm. I'll check out the other one too. Um, Now I watched Disney's Echo, and Disney Echo got a lot of shit because they say that Disney's being woke and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Because Echo is hearing impaired, and she's Native American, a Native American female. She's hearing impaired, and she only has one leg. I think the real actress only has one leg, like up to her kneecap. She has a
Mm-hmm.
prosthetic. So people are shitting on the show, saying that that's Disney being woke and all that stuff. I'm going to judge the show, and I like the show. Is tons of karate in it. This is Marvel's.
The fight scenes look good.
Yeah, this is Marvel's. What they call it? Is this R-rated? I think this is like their first R-rated series and all that stuff. So you see a lot of blood and people getting shot and all that type of stuff. Most of the TV shows they like turn that down. So
On a
this is
scale of
like
1 to 10.
on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it an 8. But
Oh
I
shit,
don't
that's
like
good.
I don't like a lot of karate in it. Like I said, little slow parts. Well, it's a Marvel show, so you're gonna get slow parts in it. But I didn't like the ending. Well, the
Okay.
end of the it's not the end of the end of the show, but the how the way the show the season ended. I'll just put it that way.
The
I'll
fight
just
scenes
leave
and
it
the
at that.
action look good.
Yeah, and I had said to my mom that when they planned this TV show, they said we gonna do a show just like the Gangs of London. You ever watched that?
Mm-hmm.
You watched it,
No, no,
Casey?
no. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about gangs in New York. No.
No, no, Gangs of London. Put that in your queer list. Um, it's
Your what list?
a, a Q. I'm sorry, I said queer.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is he
Q,
talking
yeah,
about?
your Q list. That's a good show right there, and it's a lot of karate in that show also, and the fight scenes is pretty much the same way as the Gangs of London. So I'm thinking somebody was looking at Gangs of London a lot when they made this TV show. Yeah, I give it an 8, but I don't didn't like the ending. The end of the
Then you don't give it an 8.
Yes, I do because
No,
I'm
you
giving
can't.
it an 8 for
Uh,
the action and
uh,
karate.
no, an 8 is a high score. If it's a part of something that you don't like, you can't be an 8. You got to be like 7 or
No,
less.
it would have been more than the 8 if, but the 8 that comes from
Mm-mm,
the
mm-mm.
season for the end of the show.
Nope. If you don't like the ending, then it can't be an 8. An 8, you liked it all the way through.
Well, on a movie front, anything you watch movie wise?
I um I watched this movie last night. It was called Until I finished it this morning, but I watched it last night. It was about this girl. It starts off with this girl at the hotel with a brother. You know what I mean? But she's on the phone at the hotel brushing her teeth, talking to her husband on the phone, and she's telling her husband on the phone, "Yeah, I miss you. I love you. I can't wait to see you again." She's supposed to be on a business trip, but she's at the hotel. So they
Hmm.
stop. They on their way back, they stop at a gas station, and when they go to the gas station, the guy's pumping gas, but he got like a hole in the gas tank. So as he's pumping, it's just all pouring out. And he's stupid. So he's sitting in the car listening to music. She go in the gas station. While she in the gas station, there's a sniper outside shooting at her. And I don't want to tell you the whole movie, but it was interesting. It kind of reminded me of that old movie, the phone booth. Remember the phone booth or whatever, where the
Yeah.
guy was in the phone booth, and yeah. But it was like that. So the sniper was outside the whole time, and he had a walkie-talkie inside that she could communicate and talk to him.
Hmm.
And the brother's stupid. He's sitting in the car. He going to sleep. Like, damn, when you go in there and make sure she all right?
Right.
So he finally go in the store, and as soon as he go in the store, she like, get down, and then bam, he get busted upside the head. It was
Hmm.
it was okay. The ending wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? It could have been better. I felt like I was left hanging a little bit because I
Right.
wanted her to take the mask off the guy and see who he was. Maybe she know him or something.
Hmm.
I could be a friend of your husband's that sent me here to do this to you for fooling around on him. I could be a guy that lost his job because you got promoted. You know what I mean? You pushing these drugs. So it was like one of them things. He always making all this stuff, but she never got a chance to take the mask off him.
Hmm.
It was okay. I would give that probably like 6.5, 7.
Okay. Any other movies?
Let's see. None I can think of. I don't really watch too much stuff. I haven't been watching anything lately.
Okay. Well, I watched the Blue Beetle. The Blue Beetle I felt was a good movie. The only negative was that it should have never been a movie. Should have been more like a what is that? Is I assume Warner Brothers is HBO, the Max. It should have been just on Max and not a movie because the special effects wasn't up to par as a like the Marvel theatrical movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like a low budget type of special effects like they would do on a TV show. That's my only negative. And another negative is I didn't like how okay, you know the story about the Blue Beetle, right?
No.
Okay, they kind of got they of course you know they changed the story a bit for the TV for the movies. So it's this thing that the Blue Beetle is like this. The Blue Beetle was kind of like think about like Venom. The
Mm-hmm.
Blue Beetle's like Venom, like you can talk to it and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like the it can control you, and you can get a hang of it, and you can control it
Mm-hmm.
like that. So the girl that worked at the corporation, her father was the original Blue Beetle, so he had a headquarters and all that stuff. So just the guy that's Blue Beetle got kidnapped. So his family was trying to help him. His family with George Lopez was his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say George Lopez, as the family as a whole. So they went into the headquarters and all that stuff. And the Blue Beetle had a shit. So miraculously they can drive this shit. And they can
Mm-hmm.
fly this ship around and hit the buttons and know how to attack and all that stuff. That was stupid. But George Lopez, I did like his character. George Lopez was like a conspiracy theorist,
Mm-hmm.
and he had all this stuff, all the gadgets and all that stuff, because he was a conspiracy theorist. He was good in the movie. I give him that. But the only negative is it wasn't a movie. It was more like when he's streaming a streaming movie, not a
Mm-hmm.
theatrical movie. Blue Beetle, I give Blue Beetle a good 6.5. I give Blue Beetle a 6.5. Yeah. But that's Susan Sarandon. She was just in it for the check. Like, hey, look how much they paying me. She was the villain of the show of the movie, and she had like the sidekick was the one that was doing the fight and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She was like running the corporation, and she was trying to design the Blue Beetle to make a Blue Beetle army. So if
Mm-hmm.
she had all these Blue Beetle armies, she can be nobody could stop her. So the daughter wasn't her daughter, was the stepdaughter. The daughter took the thing and gave it to the Blue Beetle. And had put it on. It only connects to people that they find a person. You can't anybody just can't use it.
Mm-hmm.
So they if they like the person, they'll attach to it and all that stuff, and they
Okay.
like them and it attach to it. So for you, yeah, Saturday if I don't have nothing to do or whatever, do you do like I do, like watch movies every 20 minutes on your lunch break?
I usually watch like YouTube videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could watch it
I
like
watched I binge watched what's the one with the soldier in the basement for the government?
Night Agent.
Night Agent. I binge watched that on my lunch break when that was out.
Okay. Yeah, if it's a Saturday or something, you ain't doing anything. Something that the whole family can look at, because it's not really anything graphic or anything for children. But
Mm-hmm.
the special effects wasn't up to par as like the Marvel movies and everything. They should have just made that a streaming
Mm-hmm.
movie. But 6.5. I
Okay.
also I also saw the Iron Claw, the story about the Von Erichs.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
watch that. I didn't get to that yet.
well, you already know the story. Ain't no need for me to get into it. It was they left out
It's
Von
funny you
Erich's
say
brother.
there's no need for me to get into it, and then you start getting into it.
No, I'm talking about like the background of the Von Erichs. That's what I meant when I
Oh,
said there's no.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, because you already know, like what happened and everything. I mean, it was TV shows and all that stuff about it. So they left one brother out. I could see why, but see, I won't get into it until you see it. They left
Yeah.
one brother out, and it's a whole lot of they. Oh, the thing I hated is they tried to make wrestling real. It's 2023. Knock it off.
Well, it was real, a little bit realer. It never was real, but it was a little bit realer back in the day. And the further you go back, the more realer it seemed. You know what I mean?
Right, because they tried to make it seem like that. Ric Flair was the NWA champion, and his Fritz Von Erich is the father. Is he wanted his sons to be the NWA champion. So the NWA champion was the type that would travel different towns and
Mm-hmm.
fight the best guys that was in the town. So he fought the Von Erich. He fought Kevin. I think it was Kevin he fought, and they try to make it seem like Kevin was like overzealous on Ric Flair and caused a DQ, and they try to make it
Mm-hmm.
seem like that he was like a live wire and couldn't control
Mm-hmm.
himself, and instead of like that's how the match was planned or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was my only negative about the movie. The star of the movie. I always wanted to talk to you about this. Hold on, let me. I gotta find his name. You'll know him if you've seen him.
To my lip.
No, no, no. The French Von Erich. French Von Erich is the father.
I don't know who was starring in the movie besides him.
Zach Efron was Kevin Von Erich. Kevin Von Erich was the star. It was based around him. Lip was Kerry Von Erich. Hope McCowney. Hope McCowney was Fritz Von Erich. Did you ever see this show? This is one we should do one episode of TV shows that they ended it too early. It
Mm-hmm.
was a show on FX that he was a boxer. Hold on, I gotta find the name of it. He was a boxer and he was like on his last legs and he retired and his brother was like in charge of his money and he was like doing like Ponzi scheming and all that stuff and he didn't have any. Lights Out was the name of the show. I
Okay.
don't know if you can find it on your the stuff
Streaming
you
that.
have. Yeah, I don't know if you can find it, but see if you can. Lights Out. The brother was uh what's Ray Donovan's little brother.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're
You'll
talking
know.
about.
Yeah, yeah. So he had lost his money or whatever. So he didn't want to tell his family. So he started doing illegal things. And one of the top heavyweights wanted to fight him at the end of the at the end of the show. And for him, and he wanted to do it because he didn't have any money, and also he was having like brain issues and all that stuff. So he was kind of training for that. He was doing illegal stuff, but he never told his wife that he didn't have any money. So yeah, check that show out if you can. Lights Out. I thought it was good, and I think FX ended the show way too early.
Yeah, I see it on here.
Yeah, yeah, check that out and see if you like it or not. 2011, the show had came out.
Yeah, I got it. I see it.
But other than that, I thought Iron Claw was good. I'll give Iron Claw 7.5. But the only thing I didn't like how they was trying to make wrestling real. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
thing. And then I watched your movie. Your movie you told me to watch, Killers of the Flower Moon. And all
All
white
three
brothers.
hours.
Yes, they made all white brothers look bad. Very good movie. I could see it was up for a whole bunch of was it Golden Globes the last show? Yeah, Golden Globes. I
Mm-hmm.
see why I was up for a whole bunch of Golden Globe awards because it was a very good acting and a very good movie. Um, yeah, I just think that those ladies they just wanted to get with a white man so bad because all this killing, all the sisters dying and all that stuff, and you still want to mess with her. And how about the dude that one of the daughters got killed and he started messing with the other one?
Mm-hmm. But you would think the elders in the in the tribe would say something, but they always allowing it.
Right. And how about when I was about to say Al Pacino, Robert De Niro's character got insurance on his front? Who the hell would?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they
Yep.
allow that?
It
Why
was
would
like
they
the
allow
OK
him?
Corral. They were just allowing anything back in the day.
Right, and getting rich too.
Yep.
Getting rich all at the same time. Now you know good and well that these families are these are the people, the white people. Now you know they still got money from all that stuff today because they
Mm-hmm.
got oil. Once they sell it, you know you can get some money from that.
Yep.
So you know they living fat off the land in this day doing all that devious stuff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm like all this stuff going on. Nobody said anything. Like wait a minute, and
Yep.
putting
And
in
I was confused. I was confused about Leonardo character because it's like he liked his wife, he loved her, but he was still feeding her the poison. And then he's
yeah.
playing stupid like he didn't know, but then he did know it was poison.
Exactly. He was like trying to play on both sides of the fence because he was
Right.
doing what his uncle was telling him to do, but yet he was still like talking about like you said he was like prolonging her, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's so funny. As soon as he went to jail, she miraculously got better.
Yep.
Yeah, good movie there. Good movie. What would I give it? Oh, I would give it a high. I would give it like an 8. Very good movie.
I'll give it a 9. I liked it.
Yeah, very good movie. Little long, like Philip said, it's 3 hours now. 3 hours. So get ready to work a part-time job looking at it. Now since you went to 3 hour movies, are you going to watch
That's the
Batman
only
Year
3 hour
One?
movie I've watched.
Or are you going to watch Batman Year One?
Yes, I will watch it one of these days before the new one, the next one come out. How about that?
Oh, when is that? That could be like 3 years from now. Well, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I'll look at the other show you suggested.
Mhm.
So, anything else you want to add?
Mm-mm.
All right. So you can reach the Judgementals on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube at PNL Judgementals, Instagram at the two underscores Judgementals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. So, all right.
All right, y'all. Peace.